Threshold, not as a single operating system, but as a wave of operating systems across multiple Microsoft platforms and services. Quoting Microsoft sources, scheduled for the second quarter of 2015. She also stated that one of the goals for Threshold was to create a unified application platform and development toolkit for Windows, Windows Phone and Xbox One, which all use a similar kernel based on Windows NT. 30.32. At the Build conference in April 2014, Microsoft's Terry Myerson unveiled an updated version of Windows 8.1, Build 9697, that added the ability to run Windows Store apps inside desktop Windows and a more traditional Start menu in place of the Start screen seen in Windows 8. The new Start menu takes after Windows 7's design by using only a portion of the screen and including a Windows 7 style application listing in the first column. The second column displays Windows 8 style app tiles. Myerson said that these changes would occur in a future update, but did not elaborate. 33.34. Microsoft also unveiled the concept of a universal Windows app, allowing Windows Store apps created for Windows 8.1 to be ported to Windows Phone 8.1 and Xbox One while sharing a common codebase, with an interface designed for different device form factors, and allowing user data and licenses for an app to be shared between multiple platforms. Windows Phone 8.1 would share nearly 90% of the common Windows runtime APIs with Windows 8.1 on PCs. 33, 35, 36, 37. Screenshots of a Windows build purported to be Threshold were leaked in July 2014, showing the previously presented Start menu and windowed Windows Story apps. 32, followed by a further screenshot of a build identifying itself as Windows. Succeeded by Windows 11, 2021. Official website Windows 10, archived at Wayback Machine. Support status: mainstream support for all editions except LTSB/LTSC variants ended on October 13, 2020 and extended support continues until October 14, 2025, as long as they install the latest feature upgrades. 16.17. All LTSB/show variants, and all LTSB/LTSC variants 2019 and older, are supported for 10 years after the release date. 2021 and later LTSC, non-IAT, variants supported for 5 years after the release date. See Support Lifecycle for details. Technical preview, numbered 9834, in September 2014, showing a new virtual desktop system, a notification center, and a new file explorer icon. 38, announcement. On the 30th of September 2014, Microsoft officially announced that Threshold would be unveiled during a media event as Windows 10. Myerson said that Windows 10 would be Microsoft's most comprehensive platform ever, providing a single unified platform for desktop and laptop computers, tablets, smartphones, and all-in-one devices. 39, 40, 41. He emphasized that Windows 10 would take steps towards restoring user interface mechanics from Windows 7 to improve the experience for users on non-touch devices, noting criticism of Windows 8's touch-oriented interface by keyboard and mouse users. 42, 43. Despite these concessions, Myerson noted that the touch-optimized interface would evolve as well on 10.44. In regards to Microsoft naming the new operating system Windows 10 instead of Windows 9, Terry Myerson said that based on the product that's coming, and just how different our approach will be overall, it wouldn't be right to call it Windows 9. 45. He also joked that they could not call it Windows 1, referring to several recent Microsoft products with a similar brand, such as OneDrive, OneNote, and the Xbox One. Because Windows 1.0 already existed. 46. At a San Francisco conference in October 2014, Tony Profit, Microsoft's vice president of Windows marketing, said that Windows 9 came and went, and that Windows 10 would not be an incremental step from Windows 8.1, but a material step. We're trying to create one platform, one ecosystem that unites as many of the devices from the small embedded Internet of Things, through tablets, through phones, through PCs and, ultimately, into the Xbox. 47. Further details surrounding Windows 10's consumer-oriented features were presented during another media event held on January 21, 2015, entitled Windows 10, The Next Chapter. The keynote featured the unveiling of Cortana integration within the operating system, new Xbox-oriented features, Windows 10 Mobile, an updated Office Mobile Suite, Surface Hub, a large-screened Windows 10 device for enterprise collaboration based upon perceptive pixel technology. 48. Along with HoloLens augmented reality eyewear and an associated platform for building apps that can render holograms through HoloLens. 49. Additional developer-oriented details surrounding the Universal Windows platform concept were revealed and discussed during Microsoft's Build Developers Conference. Among them were the unveiling of Islandwood, which provides a middleware toolchain for compiling Objective-C-based software, particularly iOS, to run as universal apps on Windows 10 and Windows 10 Mobile. A port of Candy Crush Saga made using the toolkit, which shared much of its code with the iOS version, was demonstrated, alongside the announcement that the King-developed game would be bundled with Windows 10 at launch. 50, 51, 52, 53. At the 2015 Ignite conference, Microsoft employee Jerry Nixon stated that Windows 10 would be the last version of Windows, a statement that Microsoft confirmed was reflective of its view of the operating system being a service with new versions and updates to be released over time. 54, 55, 56. In 2021, however, Microsoft announced that Windows 10 would be succeeded on compatible hardware by Windows 11 and that Windows 10 support will end on the 14th of October, 2025. 57, 58. Release and marketing. On the 1st of June, 2015, Microsoft announced that Windows 10 would be released on the 29th of July, 2015. 18. On the 20th of July, 2015, Microsoft began Upgrade Your World, an advertising campaign centering on Windows 10, with the premiere of television commercials in Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The commercials focused on the tagline "A More Human Way to Do," emphasizing new features and technologies supported by Windows 10 that sought to provide a more personal experience to users. 59, 60. The campaign culminated with launch events in 13 cities on the 29th of July, 2015, which celebrated the unprecedented role our biggest fans played in the development of Windows 10. 61. Features. Windows 10 makes its user experience and functionality more consistent between different classes of device, and addresses most of the shortcomings in the user interface that were introduced in Windows 8. 42, 43, 62. Windows 10 Mobile, the successor to Windows Phone 8.1, shared some user interface elements and apps with its PC counterpart. 63. Windows 10 supports Universal Apps, an expansion of the Metro style first introduced in Windows 8. Universal Apps can be designed to run across multiple Microsoft product families with nearly identical code, including PCs, tablets, smartphones, embedded systems, Xbox One, Surface Hub and mixed reality. The Windows user interface was revised to handle transitions between a mouse-oriented interface and a touchscreen optimized interface based on available input devices, particularly on 2-in-1 PCs. Both interfaces include an updated Start menu which incorporates elements of Windows 7's traditional Start menu with the tiles of Windows 8. Windows 10 also introduced the Microsoft Edge web browser, a virtual desktop system, a window and desktop management feature called Task View, support for fingerprint and face recognition login, new security features for enterprise environments, and DirectX 12. The Windows Runtime App ecosystem was revised into the Universal Windows Platform, UWP. 35, 64, 65. These universal apps are made to run across multiple platforms and device classes, including smartphones, tablets, Xbox One consoles, and other devices compatible with Windows 10. Windows apps share code across platforms, have responsive designs that adapt to the needs of the device and available inputs, can synchronize data between Windows 10 devices, including notifications, credentials, and allowing cross-platform multiplayer for games, and are distributed through the Microsoft Store, rebranded from Windows Store since September 2017. 66. Developers can allow cross-buys, where purchased licenses for an app apply to all of the user's compatible devices, rather than only the one they purchased on. For example, a user purchasing an app on PC is also entitled to use the smartphone version at no extra cost. 36, 67, 68. The ARM version of Windows 10 allows running applications for x86 processors through 32-bit software emulation. 69. On Windows 10, the Microsoft Store serves as a unified storefront for apps, video content, and ebooks. 70. Windows 10 also allows web apps and desktop software, using either Win32 or .NET framework, to be packaged for distribution on the Microsoft Store. Desktop software distributed through Windows Store is packaged using the AppV system to allow sandboxing. 71, 72. User interface and desktop. The Task View display is a new feature to Windows 10, allowing views of multiple workspaces. A new iteration of the Start menu is used on the Windows 10 desktop, with a list of places and other options on the left side, and tiles representing applications on the right. The menu can be sized and expanded into a full-screen display, which is the default option in tablet mode. 42, 62, 73. A new virtual desktop system was added by a feature known as Task View, which displays all open windows and allows users to switch between them, or switch between multiple workspaces. 42, 62. Universal apps, which previously could be used only in full screen mode, can now be used in self-contained windows similarly to other programs. 42, 62. Program windows can now be snapped to quadrants of the screen by dragging them to the corner. When a window is snapped to one side of the screen, Task View appears and the user is prompted to choose a second window to fill the unused side of the screen, called Snap Assist. 62. The Windows system icons were also changed. 73. Charms have been removed. Their functionality in Universal Apps is accessed from an App Commands menu on their title bar. 42, 62. In its place is Action Center, which displays notifications and settings toggles. It is accessed by clicking an icon in the notification area, or dragging from the right of the screen. Notifications can be synced between multiple devices. 63, 73. The Settings app, formerly PC Settings, was refreshed and now includes more options that were previously exclusive to the desktop control panel. 74, 75. Windows 10 is designed to adapt its user interface based on the type of device being used and available input methods. It offers two disparate user interface modes, a user interface optimized for mouse and keyboard, and a tablet mode designed for touchscreens. Users can toggle between these two modes at any time, and Windows can prompt or automatically switch when certain events occur, such as disabling tablet mode on a tablet if a keyboard or mouse is plugged in, or when a 2-in-1 PC is switched to its laptop state. In tablet mode, programs default to a maximized view, and the taskbar contains a back button and hides buttons for opened or pinned programs by default. Task view is used instead to switch between programs. The full screen start menu is used in this mode, similar to Windows 8, but scrolls vertically instead of horizontally. 43, 76, 77, 78. System security. Windows Hello Unlock prompt while using in a password manager. Windows 10 incorporates multi-factor authentication technology based upon standards developed by the FIDO Alliance. 79. The operating system includes improved support for biometric authentication through the Windows Hello platform. Devices with supported cameras, requiring infrared illumination, such as Intel RealSense, allow users to log in with iris or face recognition, similarly to Kinect. Devices with supported readers allow users to log in through fingerprint recognition. Support was also added for palm vein scanning through a partnership with Fujitsu in February 2018. 80. Credentials are stored locally and protected using asymmetric encryption. 81. In 2017, researchers demonstrated that Windows Hello could be bypassed on fully updated Windows 10 version 1703 with a color printout of a person's picture taken with an IR camera. 82. In 2021, researchers were again able to bypass the Windows Hello functionalities by using custom hardware disguised as a camera, which presented an IR photo of the owner's face. 83. In addition to biometric authentication, Windows Hello supports authentication with a PIN. By default, Windows requires a PIN to consist of 4 digits, but can be configured to permit more complex PINs. However, a PIN is not a simpler password. While passwords are transmitted to domain controllers, PINs are not. They are tied to one device, and if compromised, only one device is affected. Backed by a trusted platform module, TPM, chip, Windows uses pins to create strong asymmetric key pairs. As such, the authentication token transmitted to the server is harder to crack. In addition, whereas weak passwords may be broken via rainbow tables, TPM causes the much simpler Windows pins to be resilient to brute force attacks. 84. When Windows 10 was first introduced, multi-factor authentication was provided by two components, Windows Hello and Passport, not to be confused with the Passport platform of 1998. Later, Passport was merged into Windows Hello. 85, 81. The Enterprise Edition of Windows 10 offers additional security features. Administrators can set up policies for the automatic encryption of sensitive data, selectively block applications from accessing encrypted data, and enable Device Guard, a system which allows administrators to enforce a high security environment by blocking the execution of software that is not digitally signed by a trusted vendor or Microsoft. Device Guard is designed to protect against zero-day exploits, and runs inside a hypervisor so that its operation remains separated from the operating system itself. 79, 86, Command Line. The console Windows based on Windows Console, for any console app, not just PowerShell and Windows Command Prompt, can be resized without any restrictions, can be made to cover the full screen by pressing Alt plus Enter, and can use standard keyboard shortcuts, such as those for cut, copy, and paste. Other features such as word wrap and transparency were also added. These functions can be disabled to revert to